Let's start with the topic TDS. Tax is deducted only if amount is taxable in the hands of receiver. When does TDS requirement arise? At the time of payment or at the time of crediting the account of pay, whichever is earlier. But in following cases, TDS is deducted only at the time of payment, uh, salary, EPF, winnings, compensation on compulsory acquisition of property, EPF payment, winning, maturity of the life insurance policy. So these are the cases where on the time of payment TDS is deducted. If the payment made by the payer without TDS, then payee shall be responsible to make payment after of tax directly. However, if the tax has been deducted by the payer but not deposited with the government, then payee cannot be called upon to pay that much tax. Now, all TDS rates are fixed rates 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, etc. But if payment made by ANA foreign company or when payment of salary surcharge and higher and education cess will be considered, tax is required to be deducted when we make payments for commercial purpose as well as personal purpose. However, there are some exceptions to this. If paid does not furnish his band to the payer, the TDS rate shall be as per section 206 double A, that is rate as per respective section, rate at the rate 20%, whichever is higher. For section 194 or rate is 5% instead of 20%. Severity notification is there. Section 206 double A does not apply to NR or foreign company not having PAN in respect of payment in the nature of interest, dividend, royalty, FTS and payment on transfer of capital asset. If deductive furnishes the following details and documents to the deductor, that is name, email ID, contact number, address in the country outside India, of which the deductee is a resident, certificate of his being resident in any country outside India, from government of that country if any, tax identification number of the deductee in the country outside India. In case no such number is available, then a unique number on the basis of which the deductee is identical by the government of that country. So tax is required to be deducted when we make payment. So there are various sections like 192 salary, 192A, 193, 194. So let's come back to 194 because above 192, 193 are the basic sections. Now let's do the 194 because there was some amendment over there. Earlier it was not exempt, it was exempt, sorry. Now it's exempt. Now it's taxable. Sorry for that. TDS on dividend, payer, domestic company, payee, resident person, tax rate 10%. However, due to COVID situation, uh, it's 7.5%. Okay, so no TDS if payment made to individual by way of other than cash, plus payment should be less than equal to 5,000 in a day. Okay, payment to individual by way of other than cash. So in that case, if amount is less than or equal to 5,000, then TDS is not required. Otherwise, TDS is required. In case of cash, always there will be TDS irrespective of amount. So we will skip 194A. Here also COVID situation rate decreases. 194B it's flat 30%. 194BB flat 30%. 194C also rate reduced from 1 to 0.75 to 1.5%. Similarly 194D, 194DA, 194E, 194G, 194H, 194I, 194IA, 194IB, 194IC, 194J. Now let's come to the amendment part. 194K. It's added by Finance Act 20. TDS on income in respect of units. So payer is any person, that is UTI or mutual fund. Pay is resident person. TDS rate is 10%. Due to COVID situation, 7.5%. So no TDS if payment is up to 5,000. Now comes 194 LA, TDS on compensation for compulsory acquisition of immovable property. pay any person, pay any resident person. TDS rate is 10%, but due to COVID situation, 7.5%. Similarly, 194 LB TDS on interest on infrastructure debt fund, uh, where TDS rate is 5%. 194 TDS on contract commission or brokerage or fees for professional services. Here again, one individuals are covered other than 194C, 194H, 194J. Pay is any resident person. Rate is 5%. Due to COVID situation, 3.75%. So here no TDS under section 194M if sum or aggregate of sum paid or weighted is up to 50 lakhs. So suppose amount is 70 lakhs, then on 20 lakhs there will be TDS at the rate 3.75%. Now comes section 194N. It's amended by Finance Act 20 with effect from 1/7/20. TDS on cash withdrawal in excess of 1 crore. Payer is bank, cooperative bank or post office. Payee is any person. TDS rate is 2%. Here there is no rate cutter due to COVID situation. TDS applicable only if payer paying sum of aggregate of sum in excess of 10 lakhs in previous year from one or more accounts maintained by payee. If payee has not filed the RUI for all the three assessment relevant to 3 previous years for which the time limit of to file ROI under section 139(1) has expired. Imagine preceding the previous year in which the payment of sum is made to him. The TDS deducted as follows: amount withdrawn more than 20 lakhs up to 10 lakhs, then TDS rate is 2%. If exceed 1 crore, then 5% rate. So there is 7 non-applicability of 194 and like white label, ATM operator, government, cooperative banks, authorized dealers, etc. Now comes most important amendment 194 or TDS on payment by e-commerce like sale of goods or services. Pay who is the payer? Any person. Who is the payee? Resident person, e-commerce participant. What's the TDS rate? 1% of gross amount. Due to COVID situation, it reduced to 0.75%. No TDS if all the following conditions are satisfied. The e-commerce participant is an individual or HUF. The gross amount of such sale or services or bought during the previous year up to 5 lakh rupees. The e-commerce participant has furnished his PAN or Aadhaar number to ECO. Let's move further. No tax. Okay. TDS deductible on gross. It's a notes. TDS deductible on gross amount of such sale of goods or services like Rishabh is the purchaser, ECO is the Flipkart. Payment directly to on account of sale of goods or services facilitated by ECO directly paid to e-commerce participants shall be deemed to be the amount paid or credited by ECO to e-commerce participant and shall be included in the gross amount for the purpose of TDS. ECO means a person who owns and owns, operates or manages digital or electronic facility or platform for electronic commerce. Electronic commerce means the supply of goods or services or both, including digital products over a digital electronic network. E-commerce participant means a person resident in India selling goods or providing services or both, including digital product through digital or electronic facility or platform for electronic commerce. If TDS deducted under section 194O or not deductible due to 5 lakh limit, TDS cannot be deductible under any other section. This rule is not applicable if amount received by ECO is for booking, advertisement or providing any other services which is not sale of goods or services. So this was the amendment part. So other than this, no such big amendment. Okay, other than there is no amendment. Thank you. This was that was it.